Good afternoon and welcome everybody to this session. We would have sort of a joint statement on the CII perspectives and also really go into some of the individual perspectives as we go along. Broadly, of course, we must keep in mind that this budget has come at a time frame which has been very short for the new government, and it has been done with a lot of tight deadlines, to be honest. And I think they have functioned within the severe constraints that they had. And some of the things that we were listening to and we were expecting are really, the budget really falls into those lines. The focus on passenger was important, and I think we've seen that very clearly. We've also talked about safety, which was one factor which was very important, and we have seen that very much in focus. But one important point which we have been appreciating is the focus on PPP, and we look at he's talked about modernization through PPP, which is very important, and really to looked at private sector participation. And also the other important point is he has I mean, we also need to understand in the perspective that everything is not being done only through the budget. There has been things which has already been initiated, like the fare hike, which was done much before the budget. So it's not just the budget, but also outside the budget issues which have been very carefully brought out. So focus on technology is again another thing which we have been talking for a while, and we see that to a great extent. And he talked about, he's not been very ambitious, so he's been very practical in terms of introduction, say for instance, of high-speed trains. So I think that's very important. And the general vision of really having a rail network in the country, like the road network earlier, which was talked about, is very important and welcome. And the other important point that really came out was the proposed, he sort of touched upon it, is focusing on the structure of the railway board, which again something that we have also talked about. So these are broadly some of the issues. There are tough issues which we have also seen in terms of financing the entire thing, and I think that's something that we will get into more details as we go along. Within CII, we have constituted very recently, actually just about a few days back, a CII Special Task Force on Railways, and we have entrusted this onto the President Designate of CII to chair, Mr. Sumit Mazumdar, and I'll now request him to give his observations.
Thank you, Chandrajit. A very good afternoon to everybody. Chandrajit has made some very good observations. Obviously, the gap between the interim budget and this budget was so little, so I believe too much expectations would have been unrealistic. But he has talked about things that are important. He's talked a lot about the PPP model, but one needs to see the budget, actual budget, to see exactly how this is going to work, because we've been talking about the PPP model in the past. He's talked about FDIs also, but that he's got to wait for okay. He's talked about things that are important to the common man, to the people. He's talked about safety. He's talked about cleanliness. He's talked about creating food courts. He's talked about generating income through bringing in food courts. He's talked about 5 years down the road making railways paperless, and that obviously means that the railways is going to get. His intention is to make the railways highly efficient over the years to come. Another interesting one he had was the innovation incubation, where he was going to encourage the employees of the railways to really come up with ideas how you can further improve the railways. And this is first time I've seen where you're really engaging your employees to better your operations. He's also talked about, very importantly, since the maximum freight that is moved is coal, he's talked about coal connectivity lines. Another interesting one he talked about is the logistics operation and mechanization of the logistic operation. And then he did mention about, giving a rebate for return cargo, so that actually there's some recovery of revenue and the wagons don't come back empty. So overall, he's talked about a lot of good things that he plans to do, but one really has to see the exact details before one can say how is he going to do it. But I would say he's talked about increasing the freight cargo content. So overall, it looked good. Now we need to get to the details. I'll ask somebody else, some of the experts, to really comment on it.
Thank you, Mr. Mazumdar. As you already mentioned, that in this such a short period, could we have expected anything more? Could we have expected anything more? But there were clear messages. If you heard his statement, he said, I would like this organization, earns like a commercial organization and serves like a social organization. I think that's the balance he brought in the focus and told the public for the first time that in the periods gone by, we have been sanctioning projects rather than completing them, and then we will bring the focus of the organization to complete them. So in this period, we couldn't have expected anything more, but these are important messages, and as Mr. Mazumdar mentioned, we need to see how these things are implemented. On funding, he did mention or focused on PPP more than perhaps we expected. And now we need to see that how the funding for the critical projects that he mentioned, 50,000 crores per annum required over the next 10 years, how the total funding line is maintained. But he did mention some of the innovative methods. Like he said, on a pilot basis, we will start seeing how the assets are returned back, and on an automated system, the tariff would be set. That, in fact, if it is done extremely well, could open a new source of or additional revenue measure where the fund-starved railways could be affected. And of course, there are items which we have been discussing for the last 2 decades, how to augment safety on unmanned level crossings, etc. And this time, we really heard that there would be a kind of a 1,780 crores budget behind this, and really the operation in order to enhance the throughput will be done. He also did mention that apart from bullet trains, which are very high speed, 9 corridors which are critically linking the breadth and width of the country, is these 9 corridors where the speeds would be enhanced from 160 km/h to 200 km/h level. So these are all very welcome measures, and behind them there is of course technology, which he also mentioned that at the stations where there is a lot of congestion, they would be kind of open to be co-opted by corporate groups where the facilities for passengers could be enhanced. And another focus, he did mention that the parcel management would be segregated, and the new warehousing and logistic park concept would be brought in at critical locations so that the cargo is handled better.
Mr. Tilak has summarized it very well. A couple of things which struck me was, the proof of the pudding is really in execution. So lot of emphasis on implementation and execution, right from his statement that of the 600 odd projects which have been languishing, only 300 are implemented. 1 out of the 99 lines have been executed on. So he did stress a lot on execution and implementation, which included the comment around restructuring the board and separating the policy from implementation, also setting up monitoring mechanisms which are executing projects on a time-bound manner. An interesting observation, he said that all the budget allocation which he's going to do on critical projects would be such that they get prioritized and get completed within this year. So it's not a 5-year, 10-year kind of a plan. He means action, and he means action on the ground rather than on paper. So that's one item I would highlight. And one thing which, on the safety side, while there was a lot of discussion around crossings, bridges, but it was silent on signaling, but maybe the fine print has some discussion around technologies to be inducted on the signaling side. And in the same way, on the rolling stock side, I think there was discussion on wagons, but overall, how do you increase the speed of the network velocity, as we call it, is something which was not discussed a lot. And that's what is going to bring in the freight and grow the freight market.
Yeah, I think in addition to what all has been said. I think the starting point was very interesting, where he said he wants to target to be the largest freight carrier in the world. I think that's a very interesting one. Reaching a $1 billion club is not funny, and therefore, if you're looking at being a number one, I think that the target is right on the dot. You will then have to do many things to further get back your market share, which you have lost to the roads. I think he was conscious that you lost, you are now around 30% market share. You need to gain it back. And many of the issues which you have just heard from my colleagues here, I think reflect the fact that he is targeting freight traffic pretty strongly. Whether it's logistic parks or it's terminals or it's handling, I think all these are directions which we will see in the fine print. But I think the focus on not only hitting the larger number, but also more particularly a special mention of dedicated freight corridor, where he said strong monitoring will be done to see execution, not only the east and west, but also seeing that the further orders are also decided in the coming year. I mean, this is a project which has been heavily funded already by multilateral agencies. So I think, to me, it's a low-hanging fruit. So having got a focus on that and looking at being the largest freight carrier in the world in time T, I think that's a good message which came out. I think there was a strong focus on PPPs right through in various areas, but more importantly, with high-speed rail being one of the expectations, the fact that he's talking about Mumbai-Ahmedabad corridor as the first one to take off, I think that's something which we will need to look at. All of you are aware that there is feasibility studies being done already by Japan and by SNCF in France. So I think if this kicks off very early, this reflects a trend of what the Prime Minister has said of having high-speed quadrilateral. So I think the fact that a project has been identified, it's pretty much on the drawing board in terms of a detailed project report being done by people both in Japan and France. I think it reflects a good direction that is focusing on high speed as a paradigm shift. I think further, I can only say that we don't have the numbers, but the last year operating ratio has been pretty negative. The fact that it became 94-95% compared to what has been about 90%, I think there is a challenge here. But I think he's also underlined the fact that he's not looking at higher amount of market borrowings. He's looking at internal generation of funds. The fact that freight and traffic fares can be changed in a manner which is fuel adjusted. I think there's a comfort in the direction of what the minister is saying. I think for decades we have seen no change in prices of passenger fares. So I think there's a direction that the government is very conscious of the fact that if you don't do that, you're not going to have internal generation of funds, which is going to lead to the negative in growth and so on. I think most of the other issues have been covered. Focus on safety has been underlined once again through introduction of projects like TPWS and the LC gates and RUBs and ROBs, which are all part of safety and trying to get away from the unleveled, unmanned level crossings. So I think all in all, there was a short-term view and a long-term view, which the minister presented. It was a short time for them, but I think as was mentioned earlier, there was a good extension of what was presented in the interim budget. So I think there's an extension in that with a marginal correction on the focus in terms of freight carrier being a largest freight carrier and also looking at high speed in a more focused manner. Thank you.